Welcome back to Echoes of the Eye. Let's visit the ship to reread the ship's log because I don't remember what I was doing last time. It's been a week since I played this. Right, so we found the these corresponding version of the bell in the dream world. And I think that this is somehow related to the end of the DLC, I think. Because everything is pointing into this one thing, and I assume that these three are probably going to connect to this main area here at some point. So far, I haven't really explored the Shrouded Woodlands yet. The only area that I have really explored is this area with the statue. And somehow I still haven't explored much in this area, which is I think the first area you get to go to. Right, the Hidden Valleys. Okay, right. So there's something I was going to do here, which was you have to do a series of steps in the tower. You have to go up. You have to go up the stairs. You have to in that room. You have to grab that artifact. I think it has to be that one specifically, and then go to the dream world, and then that will turn off some lights and open another passage. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start there because that I think holds the password that then lets us go into the bell room and open what's inside that. So let's do that first. I should probably mark on my map. This is somewhat hard mode too, because once you arrive and you go inside, you don't have the ship's log anymore to review the videos. So we want this one, because this is the one with the spiral staircase. So let's go. I'm not completely sure how much content the DLC has because there's not that much space in that lower area on the ship's log where it seems like all of the DLC content is clustered. And I feel like I'm starting to approach, like either I've approached the halfway point or I'm already past halfway point. That's what it feels like. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. But I guess we'll see. I've heard that the DLC is shorter than the base game, but to avoid spoilers, I haven't looked at really anything related to specifics. So far, it hasn't really been that scary. Like, there's that warning the game gives you at the beginning. It's like there's a setting you can turn on to make it less scary. And currently, I'm playing with that turned off. And I haven't really. I feel like that setting, the alert there, makes you build up in your head like that's gonna be scarier than it ends up being. Like, I can understand why they would have an alert like that, but also maybe they shouldn't have had it because like your mind always makes things worse than they are. So I don't know if maybe I could enjoy this more if I had less knowledge about the actual scariness level. Although I feel like this game doesn't really need horror to be effective in the kind of message it's trying to come across here with. So I don't know, maybe that's a design flaw in the DLC. Because the base game, the fear from the base game comes from this kind of idea that like the the universe like doesn't care about you, and things are scary in the nature of themselves rather than things like jump scares. Right, okay, how do I get in here again? I think I have to go into the back entrance, which is down there. There's a cave you can go in. So I think I need my boat still. Yeah, right there. Okay, let's just drop ourselves in. There's a replacement boat over there. Let's just take that one. It's closer anyway. I wonder if the artifacts have, if there's any difference to them, or if this cutscene that they've played in the film is just telling you that you need to have one of the artifacts. It doesn't matter which one it is that you use. Right, so the stairs go this way. And then in here, there's a film reel. There's no artifact. Interesting. Okay, was there an artifact around here? Or do I have to go back and get the one from the Ghost Matter house? I guess I could have gone up to the roof. Maybe I didn't need to come all the way down here. Well, we know now that there is not an artifact in that specific spot, so it's possible that it doesn't actually matter which artifact you have. I remember going in there before. I don't think that those lights were turned off. Oh, they might have been turned into candles. That could have been it. Right, so is there one here? If not, I'm going to reset. I don't see one, so I think let's reset and grab the artifact in the Ghost Matter house. That'll take less time than me just wandering around trying to find something which may or may not be there. So it doesn't look like it's still marked. I'm not quite sure what the rules are for when things do or don't stay marked on the ship's log, because I feel like sometimes they do stay and sometimes they don't. No, it is still marked. Okay. Oh, you have the helmet on, I think, in order for it to be there. Maybe it's only when you exit out of the game and then come back in that the marker is reset. Just the markers are part of your HUD, so it would make sense that you can't see them until you have the helmet on. So I wonder if the series of steps is this. You have to go in with the, oh, I don't want to fall out. Fortunately there's no gravity here, I can just float back in. Damage from that. I should probably heal. Heal and grab my ship before it slips off this ledge. Okay, I managed to make it worse somehow. mouse was really drifting there, but no, it's just I was just in 0G. That makes sense. Alright, cool. We're all repaired. I probably didn't need to do that, but it's good too, just in case for some reason I end up coming back here. Maybe we'll unlock something that we can attach to the translator that lets us read their language. Because if I understand correctly from the lore, the character you're playing as, the hatchling, helped to build the translator. So it would make sense if that was a feature in the game. Let's grab this one. It's as good as any. I think the smart thing to do... Okay, I think that's how I lost it last time. I put it down on the raft. So I remember getting off the raft and it's like, where did it go? But I just accidentally triggered it here. Because you can push off the raft and drop an artifact are the same keybind. They're both E. And I talked about this game's psychotic PC controls before. I've never played this part with a controller. I don't really have the inclination to, so I don't know if maybe the controller bindings are more sensible than the same key there. But it really feels like they designed this for controllers and then realized, oh wait a minute, we're an indie game. Most of our players don't have controllers. So they had to like bodge in at the last minute some keyboard and mouse controls, just kind of sticking them on top of the existing gamepad controls. But for a game where you point and stuff and walk around, where that's kind of the whole game, playing with a stick really doesn't seem better. Okay, so it was grab this artifact. Do I have to go up first? I don't think that doesn't make sense that you would need to, but in the video they went up first, pointed at the painting, came back down, went into the meditation room, and then in the meditation room something opened upstairs. Like those lights turned off and that thing opened. So what I'll first do is I'll first go in here and I'll explore the version of the building in the dream world. And then try to blow up the two candles. And if that opens it, then we'll know. Otherwise, we'll just jump in the water on purpose to come back here and see if that opened anything. So we're supposed to go down there, and there's a way to do that. Right, it was not this way. So across this bridge. Okay, right, so it was through here. Pull this out, go through here, close the door behind us, and then we light this. That gives us the pathway. So now, pull this out, light this behind us. Here are the footsteps, whose owner I still have not found. Then we'll go this way into the basement, which then lets us go to the roof. Give us some light. Where did this go again? Oh, right to the dock, where I can launch another boat. And then up these stairs. Just didn't notice that before. That ends there. Maybe that's just where the room entrance is. Okay, so in the drawing there was a painting here. If I put these out, That does nothing. Okay. Maybe I have to turn these off and then jump into the water to wake up. Let's try it. Let's go to the roof because then I can jump off from there. I mean, that's how they turn the lights off, was blow out the candles. So I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna jump off, jump into the water. We'll wake up with this. Here we are. And now we're gonna go back around and see if that painting has been opened. I mean, from the outside it doesn't look open. So let's grab our boat. Let's grab some fuel first while we're here. I still need to check the control room at some point to see if my theory about the stranger moving itself out of the blast radius of the supernova is correct. Alright. Is it open? We're about to find out. It is. So there are more stairs here. Okay, where's Let Us Go? Okay, this takes us into a room with fuel. Okay, why would they put fuel in here? Huh. Okay, one of these is blanked out. Okay, two of them are blanked out. Interesting. So this must be one of the passcodes. So there's 5 things here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it probably wrote it down. But I'm going to take a picture with my phone because I'm not going to remember this by myself. I'm sure it will save a picture of this in the log, but it's easier to just do this. Maybe this is cheating, maybe not. So I'm guessing that there are going to be 2 other rooms where... Oh, I can open this one too. Okay, it's actually 5 codes. I'm glad I tried that because I probably would not have come back in here had I not tried that. But this one doesn't say ship's log updated, so that's interesting. So there's 5 on both of these. So maybe there's they're always 5. Something like I can't talk. Okay. I wonder if that's everything in Cinder Isles or not. I know there is a passcode entry device. So I've seen a few of them around. So I'll just have to try all of them. I mean, this must be trying to guide you towards solve this one, then solve this one, then solve this one, and then you can go to the bell. It's probably it. Has the dam broken yet? No, but it's about to. Okay. So let's float down here. Let's look for a passcode entry device. Don't think there was one here, but I think there was one close to the starting area. I'm gonna have to go all the way around for that. Can I see it from here? Let's grab a boat before that breaks and we're not able to use these droppers anymore. I know there for sure there is one at the Hidden Gorge. So maybe we'll go there first. See if we can beat the wave. Be a little tricky to fight the current, but we've got it. We gotta make a hard right here. I don't want to miss it. I think we missed it. That's unfortunate. Can we get into here though? Because the wave is coming. Looks like not. This is now open, which means we can now check the starting area to see if there is one of those passcode entry systems here. Let's get off here. We don't want to get swept up just yet. Let's go up here. What if your flashlight drains battery? Doesn't seem to. Is there anything here? So when this was filled, yes, there is a passcode entry. Okay. And it has a picture of a spaceship on it. So I think we have that one. So I think you don't need to just brute force them. Oh wait, no, we don't have that one. We have the one with a moon on top. Well, actually, no, these are not keyed to the. I think the one on my phone, which you can't see, is this one. So it's a star first. So that is. This one. I think these are just phases of a star. And then eyeball, I'm gonna call it that. Then a flame. Then another eyeball. And then another flame. Okay, this is the one. Alright. What do we have here? We have a broken terminal. More fuel. Let's look around this room first. Another control room with the passcode for this entry point. Okay. Alright, what is this showing? Something is not turned on. It needs to be turned on, I guess, for some kind of thruster to activate. The same symbol appears all over the place in here. Another room too with the broken wall. I don't know if I've seen this before. But yeah, it looks like one of those terminals that you use to drop the ships or the boats or yeah, just to release them. So let's look around in here. So a tree is growing in this building. I see. Okay, so I can't go through here yet. But they clearly want me to look through here. And they're even telling me to launch the scout. So what do we see here? Doesn't seem like much is in here. Does it always say launch pad or just here? No, here it does. Okay. What about... Oh, there's a hole in the roof though. So let's mark it on our HUD. Let's go outside. And we can just jump in here. Okay. So why did they want us to come into this caved in area? Don't see anything here. It's kind of confusing. There is a path of collapsed roof right here. And there's lots of these boxes, but I've never been able to open them myself. Unless you're meant to come in the other way. Like maybe you're supposed to launch your scout this direction and go, oh look, there's a table, but not be able to see it. And then once you get the passcode, that would make more sense. I might have done this in the opposite order. Still cannot read it. I didn't expect to be able to, but now I know for sure. Okay. What else can we do here? There is another keypad. Fortunately, I've lost my boat. Is there another one over here? This piece of driftwood. Let's ride that. We can get on that. We can't control the speed, but we can surf on it. I think I've been in that house. I don't think it has a password entry device. Let's open it just to make sure. Somehow a boat got in here. Okay, I think this is actually... You can't open it. I think this is the way I came in the first time. Because the first time you enter this area... Okay, this boat is not happy. You don't come in the way you come in usually. Because there's a back entrance. Maybe the back entrance is important? I think I should restart and read the new text. Because we're already past the halfway point in this loop. Now let's see what we unlocked. Okay, just one thing. Symbol room. A secret room filled with wooden containers marked with different symbols. 3 of the containers are marked with glowing vault seals, but their contents have been burned away. I opened the container marked with the symbol of a burning slide reel. I found a vertical sequence of symbols inside. Okay, so this is clearly leading me to the film burning center. Oh, here, I found a room with a burned control interface and a projection that seems to indicate a broken connection between the stranger and another craft. Interesting. I thought that was a thruster on the Stranger itself when I was supposed to turn it on, but no, that's another spacecraft. Okay, so I think what we need to go next is what they're calling the Abandoned Temple. It's in the middle of a burning slide reel, and it's in the middle of a burning slide reel. Okay, so let's go there. That seems like a pretty clear next step. So I know there's a password entry device in there. I remember seeing it but not understanding what it was for, but now I think we have the password for what we're supposed to enter there. So I think to finish the DLC, I need to find all 5 passwords and then enter them in the corresponding input devices. So we could probably get 2 of them for the overworld. I'm gonna call it the overworld. And then the other 3 are for the coffin that's in the dream world, in that secret second lake. So I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna grab the artifact because we might need it. Well, it's unlikely because we found all four of the fires. But still, it's good to have because whenever I want to have this, I never have it. So it's best to just collect it whenever, and then we always have it. Yeah, there it is. I just did it again. I put it on the raft. So let's make sure we go the right direction here. We needed to turn there so that we end up in the right spot. Oh, it fell off. Should be careful here. We can die in these rapids. Turn off my light. We might have gone too far. Can I go back against the currents? The answer is kind of. Maybe we can make it, because these rafts seem to have just enough power to fight the current. But it's gonna be close. I think we messed up. Let's try this again. It's pretty tricky to get to that spot. I mean, that's why it's called a hidden gorge, not because it's particularly secret, but because it's hard to get to. I noticed that Slate never seems to question why we know the launch codes. Because they always think that we haven't got them yet and we need to collect them from the observatory. But as far as Slate is concerned, the hatchling just wakes up and immediately goes up the elevator knowing what the launch codes are. Yet you can't seem to talk to them about this. Somebody, I do want to figure out what happens if you bring the warp core, if you bring it out of the ash twin, and then you enter the dream world when the supernova happens. And so then the ash twin can't call you back, but also it seems like you can't die either, because I saw some inhabitants walking around in the far distance, and even though their bodies here seems very dead, they did not seem dead in the dream world. So make a hard right here. We gotta make another right at this spot. Full power here. Right, we're in. Okay, and we're going straight to the film burning center. So that's up this elevator, from what I remember. Outside the boats, this might actually be a pretty good place for inhabitants of this place who have disabilities, because all of this stuff is hands-free. You don't have to turn anything, just look at it. Although I guess if you have any eye damage, you're not gonna have a fun time. I wonder if there's any significance to these rugs. Right, in here. We have to go around and then into the front, because this is the back entrance. I need to switch to photo mode, so I avoid the ghost matter. I'll put this away. Let me walk over here. Okay, the music always plays. Alright. I believe we want to enter the code here. So I have it up on my phone. Let's enter it. So it looks like moon first. That one. Then picture of their home planet. This one. Another moon. And then 2 stars. This one. This one. Okay, that someone that called an elevator. Okay. And what we're gonna do, take the elevator down. Hopefully it's easy to get back there. Okay. We got a ship's log from this. Oh, another slide reel. How many slide reels? Just this one? Okay. I dragged past this too quickly. Let's watch the slide reel first. Wait, no, I can't yet. There's no projector in here. Okay, well, we're gonna need to bring this with us when we leave. So we're gonna first drop this here. Okay, this shows it's illuminating a a flame. That looks like cinder isles, and on this cliff face, another thing, something activated outside. And then here, this is here, okay. So I can visit there. I need to bring this with me so I can watch this. And then it looks like in there is something important. So these three locations I'm sure are important. They all look like solid surfaces. Like you can't go through that. Maybe this will probably tell us the information we need. Okay. Assume this stays unlocked. Right, so now we want to go through here, I think. I think this goes straight to the theater. Yes, it does. Pop this in there. And then we need to bring a lantern. Oh, and there's a convenient thing here. Okay. I know we can find plenty of lanterns in here. Let's grab this one. So what are we gonna learn on this slide reel? All right. Picture of the bell and 4 guys lined up to do something with it. They're lowering it into the water and they turn towards the camera. I don't know about that. They seem a little evil here. They go into the room, which is packed to the gills with slide reels. They start grabbing them. They grab all of them. They pile them in a corner. They put them in, that looks like a machine that scans them into memories, maybe? They take them, and then they burn them. Okay. So they have a replacement for the slide reel physical devices. They have some way of scanning them. Then they just blowtorch all of them. And then that's the end. Okay. So they didn't want anyone else to recover these, but I guess they missed some, which is why these rooms are still... why there's some still hanging around for us to find. Okay. I kind of want to read the explanation for this in the ship's log. Where's the dam? Oh, that's giant. So I thought that was the quantum moon for a second. Where is the dam? Okay, we're on the opposite side of the dam, but it is still very much there. But it's probably not going to be there for very long. I think I'm gonna read the log. I want to see what the explanation for this is. Because like the previous time, I misinterpreted what one of the symbols was, and that might have derailed me quite a bit if I didn't read that it was a separate ship, separate vessel, and not just a thruster on the side of the stranger. Okay. So as I suspected... Actually, no, I did not suspect this. Never mind. Alright, let's read Abandoned Temple. Okay, a lot of new stuff. Alright. There's an interface upstairs that can be used to line up symbols in a vertical sequence. Right. Entering the sequence opens a path to a secret room beneath the temple. I found a slide reel that shows the stranger's inhabitants removing all of the slide reels from their shelves, scanning each reel with a device, and incinerating specific slides as well as entire reels. A projection that seems to reveal a secret location somewhere within the stranger. Is that what all of these say? Yes, it does. Okay. Secret location 1. A map I found in the abandoned temple reveals a secret... Oh, is it all of these going to say that? Can I zoom in further than this? Okay, I can. Okay, well this helps. I can at least look at these. Right. So each of the 3 secret locations are somewhere in these 3 main areas. This is still not connected to anything, as is the radio tower. And these are still just orphaned here. But I think what this is implying is that this is somehow loosely or directly connected to the interloper incident that ended the Nomai. Maybe they did it, but I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that the story is not as simple as the inhabitants of the strangers constructed the stranger and then just bombed the Nomai with ghost matter and accidentally killed themselves in the process. I'm hoping that's not the case, but that very well might be it. Okay. I still haven't done nothing here. So I think what I'm going to do is try to go to each of these locations just in the normal world and see if I find see if I can find what hidden location they're talking about. So what's the closest one? It's not Hidden Gorge. It's not Cinder Isles, which means it has to be River Lowlands. And that is the one that's projected onto a rock face, and it's next to a theater. So we're gonna look for that. Did I mark this? I did. Alright. Let's go there. My guess is that the remaining puzzles in the 3 Dreamworld areas will give me each one of the 3 passwords for the coffin. So it starts out completely fine. Alright, so let's find the theater and the corresponding rock. Let's park this so I don't lose it. Let's just beach it there. So that's the theater. And then somewhere here, if you actually onto this wall, it's a secret. This wall currently looks quite solid to me. It can't be underwater because, well, actually, maybe it could be underwater. Okay, there definitely was something here. This wall was in fact not solid. Okay, there's a crevice here. Let's go this way into the house first. So there's slide reels that have been burned out with the okay. So these are not fuel jetpacks. These are flamethrowers. I understand now. And this is the machine that they use to scan them. Okay, let's go down here. And there's a portrait, which I assume that will open if you go in. But I don't want to go in there just yet. I will, of course, mark it. Actually, I may not want to do that. There's a passageway back here. Where does this go? There's a door. Okay, this opens another entrance into that back room. Okay, well now we know where that goes. So, we can now open the painting. That in the background of this drawing, that looks kind of like the other ship. Oh, look at that, slide reel. Why did that close? Oh, there's a hole right there. Okay, I can just fly out. So I'm curious. What happens if I scan it? Can I do that? I can. Does anything happen? Can I activate this somehow? I think I should watch this first. There is another entrance through a cave. Oh, I see why it closed, because I put the lantern outside. This passageway goes straight to the theater room. Okay, this seems like a dead end, so let's go back down here. We can pop this in, and I have to grab a lantern from somewhere. Alright, the one I put in that room, that one will do. Gotta grab it before the dam breaks, though, because this room will become flooded. Right here. thing activated that I still don't know what it is. Maybe we'll find out through this slide reel. Okay, so we got 3 of them in a circle around this drawing, and they don't look happy. Okay, we have a first-person recording in the dream world. Walking forward over some stairs meets another. They pass the password device over. They walk along a path. They go into the house. They walk through some fire. Is that what they're doing? They walk through a fire. That's it, okay. So that looks like a teleportation device on the left there. And so I think the 3 passwords are hidden in that house. And you have to go through this fire to get to them. Okay. See, we can't find those other ones. Oh, they don't remember exactly where. I think it was actually. Well, is this gonna land? Yeah, right about there. That's where the other secret area was. Gotta get there without dying. Oh, there's a raft right here. Okay. Just what I needed. So I think we have to go around the long way. I shouldn't have recalled that. Okay, so it was back this way. Really should have kept my scout there, because it was approximately in the right spot. Ow. Took quite a bit of damage from that. But didn't want to do that. Can I make it? No, I think I should restart. Let's restart. We can read the text, and I can launch my scout and not recall it, and actually get to the right spot. Alright, what did we learn? Okay, so a room full of burned slide reels piled next to a strange device. I found a hidden slide reel that shows a container marked with a glowing symbol being handed to a shadowy figure. The figure follows a procession of green lights through a forest to a candlelit building, where they carry the container into a secret passage behind a roaring fireplace. And that connects to a secret fireplace. I found a slide reel that shows a container or the glowing symbol being... Yeah, right, this is the exact same text again. Okay, and that is in the Shrouded Woodlands. So I guess it's not the same house then as the one I saw that's across the Endless Canyon. So let's zoom in on this image and let's see the second location. It's Cinder Isles. This is not as good of an image as the one that I saw on the actual slide reel. Maybe I should have taken a picture. In that room. So from above, I'm gonna take a photo of this with my phone so that I can refer to it later. Of course, now I'm getting an even worse image of the already bad image. At least I'll be able to remember it now. But did they remember the codes in here or not? Okay, no, they didn't store the code, so I was right to take a photo. Once it's going, I'm gonna make sure that we have Cinder Isles marked. Not sure why my autopilot stopped, but let's keep going. Landed a little hard there. We don't need to repair that. And I understand why they have only fuel but not health, because these are not jetpack canisters. These are flamethrower fuel. Okay, so I'm gonna pause so I can compare. That is. It looks like it's pointing at that cove right there. Might be able to, from here, launch my scout at it. It's like right over there. And there's ghost matter here. Just can go over the ghost matter. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm hoping I don't die on the way there. So that would be unfortunate. So now I need to figure out how do I get into this cove. Take some damage here. Okay. Is there an easier way over here? So according to the image, it's right around here by this tree. It's not inside the tree. It's probably in that house. That seems like a good place to start. Okay, more burned out slides. There's a dock over there. I assume another slide is going to be in there. Before that, I'm going to check where this goes. This might take us to a theater. Yes, it does. I assume it's upstairs. It is. Okay. So that means that there's another slide behind that door, and we need to watch it to understand some more lore. Need to not use up all my fuel. Oh, some fuel right here. How convenient. So we gotta grab this, put it here, grab the slide, find the hole they want us to leave through, which is here. And then let's go watch a movie. So we're gonna pop that in the projector, like that. And now I just need to find a lantern. We can take one from there. There's plenty of lanterns in the seance room. Wonder what we will learn on this one, and why these were not burned out with the others. More unhappy campers. Okay, so this must be where the second password is stored. So let's rewind this. So looking at the tower, there's like a telescope. The viewer turns away, walks through some buildings, gets on a boat, takes the boat across to a dock. Someone comes out to take it, and they go into the mountainside. And then this guy returns, uses the teleporter to then light. Aha! Turn these lights off. That's how you prevent the statue from detecting you. Then that causes a guy to come out, down some spiral stairs, and into... Alright, okay, that is where the... That's what the statue is guarding. Another statue in front of a spiral staircase. So he goes down and then the lights turn back on. Okay. I understand. So now I'm going to restart. We're going to read what the ship's log has to say, and then we're going to go to the third location. Okay. A room filled with burned slide reels piled next to a strange device. I found a hidden slide reel that shows a container marked with a glowing symbol being handed to a shadowy figure. The lights are extinguished, and the figure carries the container down into a dark well. And then the same exact thing right here, showing that this is located in the Starlit Cove. So the Endless Cannon one must be this third location. I will take a photo of it with my phone. Okay. So we just need to find this location. That looks like it's just in the Hidden Gorge though, so we probably don't want to mark this. We actually want to mark the Hidden Gorge. So I expect we're going to find a third slide wheel, which will show us how to find the third password, which I assume is in the house across from the Infinite Chasm, I think is what it was called. Not sure why it's called Infinite Chasm though, because it seemed pretty finite to me when I went through it on the boat. In fact, it seems rather small. Just a path between two loading zones. So we're going straight to the Hidden Gorge. I know now we don't need that, not for this expedition. This time we're just interested in a slide reel. Seemed a lot easier to get in there this time. Maybe I'm just getting better at it, having done it so many times. Okay, so I'm gonna look, I believe there. I think that is where we want to go. Just look at the picture. That seems a lot like it. I'm gonna go up the elevator just to confirm from the higher vantage point. I think the vantage point where that this was taken was like up here. Okay, so I need to figure out how do I get... This definitely is the building. I need to figure out how to get in there. That probably opens a back door. It's probably inside of this cliff face. Have I ever ridden this elevator? Okay, so can I just jump over? Yes, there is just a door in there. So what if I can do something sneaky here? And wait, I have an idea. Hold on. Just need to get this. Okay, recall now. I need it to land on the up. Why is that not working? No, come back, I need you. Basically, that was my idea. Okay, come back. Okay, this is broken. Okay, maybe... I'm supposed to ride the elevator down instead of um, riding it up, because the bottom console's broken. Because this closes, so you're in a cage while this goes up. I know there's going to be fuel in that room, so don't have to be too concerned. Are there any holes in the roof here? Don't see any. That roof looks well intact. So what I'm going to do is get on top of the elevator right here. Was that not work? Because I haven't. Oh, actually, I have an idea. I don't have to ride it. I can just come down here. And there it is. The same room. Let's get some light in here. Some stairs going up. The same contraption. The same painting, the same lantern. This is going to close the door, but I think I just run through here. So let me look to see where my exit is. Can I jump through here? I cannot. Okay. How am I meant to keep this open then? Oh, unless I'm supposed to throw my scout and then open the door that way. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Put this down. Then when I grab this, this closes, but I can open the door with my scout. Just need to get it to take a picture of the door. Okay, I think I missed it there. Got it. Grab this. This will take me to a theater. So then we'll go up here. Pop this in there. And then we'll steal a lantern from here. The seance chamber. You go in there. And there's that same drawing again. So this one immediately starts off with handing over the tablet, and then a view showing, what is this showing? A stage with two of those guitars and some chairs for the audience. Turns and then jumps off the cliff, if I understand this correctly. Oh no, it doesn't jump off. Jumps off, and then a teleporter brings him across. Then turns off the lights inside the house. Then walks across the bridge the lights turn on in the house. Okay. So we have the locations, or at least the beginnings of the locations, for all 3 passwords. So I'm going to meditate, and let's read what the ship's log has to say. Anything new to say? Yeah, nothing. Okay. A room full of burning slide reels piled next to a strange device. I found a hidden slime reel that shows a container marked with a glowing symbol being handed to a shadowy figure. The lights are extinguished, and the figure carries the container into a secret passage behind a mural of a large tree. Okay, that part I missed. Right, so the lights get turned off, and then that causes that to open. Goes through, and the lights come back on. Okay. So I believe once, this is the same thing it says here. Okay, so I think once we do these 3 locations, that will then open the sealed vaults, and then we'll learn something about what those computers were trying to show. And maybe that connects to here. Okay, but I'm going to do that next time. So thank you everyone who watched live or is watching the recording, and I'll see you all next time.